Coaches, welcome back to this week. Before we get into some post-defensive tips, some things that are going to help you defend inside better with your team this year, we're going to talk a little bit about leadership. I was reading a book recently by John Maxwell, and he talks about great leaders are tour guides, not travel agents. Similar to what we talk about in transactional and transformational coaching. You've heard us talk about that many times before, and we've recommended really good books for you to read on that as well. But let's think about that for just a second. How do you be a great tour guide and not just a travel agent? Well, if you're a travel agent, you're just booking the trip and telling them to go. But if you're going to be a tour guide, you're going to go with them on this journey. You're not only going to show the way, you're going to go the way. You're going to go with them. You're going to be involved and engaged in every aspect of growth with your team this year. So think about that as you dive into this year. How can I be a tour guide and help them along the process? Not just give them all the answers, but help guide them along the way. That'll be really impactful for your season. Let's dive into some post-defense now. Coaches, we're going to break down post-defense. Post-defense is crucial. It's where your team starts and ends on the defensive end. If you can't protect the inside, you're going to have a hard time protecting the outside. The easier it is inside, the easier it is outside. So starting with post-defense. Now, the way we guard and do post-defense may not be the way that you do it, but it is important that we all consider the best way to defend the post. Our defense starts inside out. So in this first segment, we're going to take a look at our high side. We play on the high side defensively. And again, that may not be the way you play, but coming up with a philosophy is really important. You're going to see us lock behind the defender, and one of the reasons we play high side is so that we're always in good rebounding position. There's advantages to fronting, like less post touches, but you also give up rebounds. So you're going to have to make crucial decisions for your team, whether you're going to front, whether you're going to be low side, high side, and a lot of that will depend on how you want to defend. So for instance, we don't do it the same every year, but this year we decided to be 3/4 on the high side. Why? Because we're going to force the dribble to the middle. So that allows our guards to protect the baseline pass. It also allows our defenders in the post to be in better rebounding position. Now, if we had a different team, we might choose to do it different. But let's take a look at that real fast.
Quick, yellow to the ball, yellow to the ball, to the ball.
Hey, upside.
Hey, no, look. He can throw the ball there. Like, you've got to get around him. So your foot's behind, all right, but you are covering him up. All right, you are covering him all the way up. Here we go. Again.
Help side.
There you go. There you go. All right. Now look, let's try our best not to lean. Okay, so as he post up down here. So I'm down below, and I'm low, and I'm around. Okay, that way I can move and I can do things. If I'm leaning right here and a ball gets thrown, I'm out of position, because the next thing we're about to do is as the ball gets thrown there, all right, we've got to hop back and break down and play defense. But if I'm leaning, I'm not going to be able to do that. All right, here we go. So don't lean.
In the second segment, you're going to hear me talk to a player about being alert and aware. This is really key. You can get players in all the right positions, but if they're not alert and aware and ready to make plays, your team's going to struggle. So you don't just want robots, you want players. Let's take a look at that.
There you go. Good, Sam. Good, Sam. All right, you got to move, okay? So you're flat right there. So here's the ball. As you're flat right there, I throw the ball right there, there's nothing you can do about it. All right, here we go. Throw the ball in there, make sure they can see it. Jed, see, hey, that's everything defensively. That's everything. Alert and aware, everything. Like that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're in the right position, you're doing everything right. That pass doesn't happen. We're always alert, always aware. Key. Next group, here we go. Next group, let's go.
Another decision you're going to have to make is, do you allow penetrating passes? We don't like penetrating passes. Passes that go from outside to inside, we deny those. Now, passes that go east-west around the perimeter, we let those go. Not that that's always the right decision, but you've got to be conscious of whether you are allowing or not allowing those. Anything that penetrates north-south, we try and deny. Let's take a look at that.
Throw a lob up the Lily side. Jed, hey, same thing. Listen, that is everything, guys. It does not matter. I don't want soldiers. I don't want robots. I want players. So when you're in this spot right here, where is the right spot? I can tell you, 4 toes this way, 1 toe that way, 3 fingers to the ground. Like, it doesn't matter if you don't make plays. What matters is that you're at a spot right here, and I've got one thing. The ball cannot be entered to this guy. All right? That's it. The ball cannot be entered to this guy. And you should be able to get to a spot where he has to find you, and you can help if you need to help. So at the end of the day, throw the ball back up there. I could just say, you know what, just come here and hug this guy. But we're not going to be a very good defensive team because we can only do one thing. We're a one-trick pony. That's all we can do is guard this guy.
Finally, let's take a look at what happens when the ball does go into the post. We have one primary thing we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to make them shoot over us. We want a body between the basket and the offensive player. Percentages go down. Now, not that there's not players that can make that shot with a defensive player in front of them, but we want to wall up every single time and make them take a tough shot over us. We know that if we go for steals and try and look to take the ball away from the offensive player before they get it, and we're giving up layups and dunks on the backside, they're going to shoot a really high percentage. So key is every game, making every shot be shot with a player between the basket and the offensive player. Let's take a look.
You're going to throw a bounce pass to the baseline right here. When the ball is in the air being passed, so go back out there. As I see here, he throws to the air right here. I'm losing contact and I'm walling up right here. Everybody got that? I'm losing contact and I'm walling up. I'm not giving up. So most importantly, the ball can't go in from the high side. The next most important thing is this player does not shoot without a body between him and the basket. These, like if I come here and he swings there and he steals right there and he gets a layup, kick it right down there and he gets a layup, those will beat us all day long, okay? There's very few post players that are going to beat us with this right here. He's got the ball and he's got to score over us. And if he does that on a consistent basis, then we'll double. We'll figure something else out. But we can't do what we have control over, which is give up that baseline swing and steal and give that layup. So we're going to go from here. Ball gets passed right here. I jump behind, wall up, kick it back out right there. I go back to this spot, kick it back up again, jump into the high side right here. We're going through the whole motion right there. Throw the bounce pass over there, jump behind, get into the position every time. Got it? Okay. Now look.
Coaches, in this clip, we're going to talk about helping off the dribble. When you get beat and it gets all the way down to post defense, this is really crucial because essentially it's a 2-on-1, and you need players who can fix it, who can fix the problem of that 2-on-1 situation. We're going to teach in this segment post players how to help in and not up. And the reason we're not helping up is because it's an easier pass to the offensive post player if you help on the guard penetration. And it's hard to recover to that when you help up. So we're going to try and be there in time, but we're not going to be there too early. So we're going to leave our defender in the post and we're going to help in and not up. Let's take a look at that.
Right here, really important. We're not helping up, okay? We're going to help in. So as I drive the ball right here, I don't want Zach to run at me right here. Run at me, because then he gives up what? Right there, right? He's making me think. Now he's jabbing. I commit to it. Now he steps over to the second and takes the charge right here, okay? So we can't get there too early. Got it? Whichever side I go to is who's helping. All right, here we go. Ready? Hey, you're hugging him. You're hugging him.
Again, we're not the only way to defend the post. There's a lot of different ways to defend the post, but it is crucial to deciding your defense. It's tough to be playing on the high side and forcing people baseline. You're asking post players to do things they can't always do. It's also tough to be on the bottom side and force them to the middle. And also, you might have a disadvantage in the post. You might have a player that's smaller, or it might be the strength of your team. You might have good, big post defenders. However you decide to defend the post, it should translate out to the perimeter and how you defend the perimeter. Those two things have got to tie together. You can't do one way and one the other way. So developing your philosophy is really important, and best of luck doing that.